Good morning and welcome to Second Presbyterian Church. I want to invite all of you to take a moment during these announcements to fill out the friendship pad that you can find on the side aisle of the pew and to pass it along with your seatmates. And if this happens to be your first Sunday with us, welcome. And I would ask you to take a moment to fill out the blue and white welcome card and return that in the offering plate a bit later in our service this morning. In your worship packet, Second Glance has a number of announcements. I'm just going to quickly highlight a couple of them about upcoming worship, fellowship, and mission opportunities. Next Sunday at 9:30 and 11, former senior pastor and past mayor of our city, the Reverend Dr. William Hudnut, will be preaching. Bill will also be here for a special unveiling of his portrait, which will take place next Sunday at 10:40, and then Bill is going to be addressing the congregation at a luncheon. All the details about that can be found in Second Glance. Also, next week you have the opportunity to give the gift of life, as the deacons once again are having a blood drive. We have a new youth choir forming for 7th through 12th graders. Is Chris here? Chris Sanchak? Chris, please stand. Chris is our new director of youth music. He will be rehearsing the youth choir on Sundays between 4 and 5:30, and you can sign up for that in McFarland Hall. It's that time of year, a very important time of year for Presbyterians as we nominate and elect our officers and leaders. You'll find a nomination form in your pews. Please consider prayerfully who would make good elders and deacons in our church, and you can use that form. Also, you all look so fine today. It's time for a picture directory, and you do not want to be left out of the 175th anniversary pictorial directory. So please note the information about that. Also, we have had a couple of deaths in the congregation this past week. We want to remember Edward Hickson and Robert Hollowell Jr. Witnesses to the resurrection for both of them were held earlier this week. And then you'll note a little note about children departing. That's actually for the next service at 12:15. Children are going to have a special worship experience on the important topic of bullying, featuring the Indianapolis Opera Ensemble, presenting a story about Rumpelstiltskin, the bully. So it's not too late for kids to stay for that. Well, once again, welcome to our worship services. And now let us turn our attention to hearing the Word of God.